is to take calculated risk for 2026 because this is a universal year one, which is all about taking bold initiative actions, and calculated risk means don't overcalculate it, don't overthink about it, don't overdo it, feel it, line up with it, and leap into it. This is leapfrog season. It's the kind of season where, and when I say season, I mean the entire year of 2026 and leading up into it from the December energy into it. You're going to feel it. It's time to take those risks. You've been looking to change jobs and you've just been sitting there marinating for the last 10, 5 years or whatever. 5. You notice that came out of my mouth? Somebody in particular or bodies. And you just been scared to take the calculated risk on yourself. This is the season to bet on yourself. This is going to be the year 2026 to bet on yourself, not in somebody else doing this for you or doing that for you. Starts within, starts from you. So this is how you're going to take your calculated risk. The first thing you guys want to do is launch new products, launch new projects or products, or if you have been in a business for a long time and you've been thinking about taking on a new project, take the calculated risk and do it. Launch it. If you yourself have an idea, maybe you're in a 9 to 5, but you have an idea that's going to change your life and change other people's lives, and you've been afraid to start it, maybe a t-shirt line, a candle line, whatever you've been cooking up in your head, you need to start cooking it up in the kitchen and take the calculated risk and doing it. Fortune favors the brave when it comes to 2026. It's an energy not to sit up in your head and waver back and forth. Should I? Shouldn't I? Well, maybe nobody will like it. Who knows? If Steve Jobs did that with the iPhone, we would never have these phones. And, some of you could say, hey, we're better off without them. But in your heart, it's not true. This is how humanity has expanded. It expanded it technology ways so we could all all blend together more and be more in a community. Even if we're off in the middle of nowhere, we can still meet up on these devices and connect. So what is your bold idea that is going to help society, that's going to help people out, and you've been sitting on it? Take the calculated risk and launch it. It can't just sit up in your brain. It's going to have to sit up in the 3D, in actuality. Take the bold steps to do that. The second thing is you need to enter new industries or new markets. So in your business, is there a new market you want to tap into? Because I know I've been thinking about tapping into a new market. Now, while my brain's like, well, let's not announce it and all that kind of good stuff and keep it to myself. I'm also like, oh, I want to tell the world. But I am going to branch off into this new market because I feel very aligned to it. And I'm going to take the calculated risk and do it. What is that new market you want to tap into? What is it? Think about it and do it. Take that calculated risk and do it. What you're seeking is also seeking you. So if you're starting to line up like, hey, maybe I need to go into the arts, maybe I need to go into fitness, maybe I need to go into whatever it is, it's calling you. That energy is calling you to line up with it. And when you do, it's going to feel like one, because the energy of next year is one on one equals, I was going to say one on one equals two, but no, one person is going to come together and it's going to feel like one energy, okay? Uh, One company, another company is going to come together and feel like one company. So whatever you're seeking is seeking you. So therefore, go ahead and tap into these new industries. They're literally calling you because it needs whatever unique gift that you have. Like for my spiritual entrepreneurs, my spiritual peoples, I want to say my spiritual baddies, that within your spiritual field, you have to go into new industries and maneuver it into your own liking. Like this year, I went into the business industry and started to use my numerology and my intuitive gifts to help business owners. That was a new market that I wouldn't have tapped into before, but I felt the pull in. And now next year, I'm feeling a pull to go tap into another market to align my spirituality woo woo and put it into practical reality. And that's what you guys are being asked to do with your business, with your marketing, whatever it is. Go into that new industry. That industry needs your shake up. And I'm getting strong download. See, my head's starting to itch whenever that happens, like really, really strong down. Some of you want to get into politics. Take it how it resonates. It's not for everybody, but some of you need to get into politics. That's part of the industry that's calling you. And I feel like the phone just kind of started to light up as I said that. So a lot of you are being tapped into that and being called to it. While this year in 2025 was a humanitarian year, which highlighted a lot of the fucked up things that's going on in politics that is not right, that doesn't feel aligned, a lot of you are going to want to be change makers and tap into that. So this is your calling that I'm telling you, downloaded from you for you, is to tap into that market. As a matter of fact, the political market does need a lot of spiritual people up in there because they are so toxic. They do use spirituality, but for dark occult type shit, and they use numerology and make it all dirty. If you can take your spiritual whatever and put it into politics and clean that jazz up, because next year is a 1 year. Like, we have election seasons coming, but where you used to have just the two parties, you're going to have multiple parties because a lot of parties are going to start to form next year, this kind of movement. So if you're feeling it, this is what I'm telling you, confirmation, go and do it. The third thing, guys, is hiring team members or leveling up your systems. Hire team members. If you don't know how to do your funnels, you don't got to do it yourself. Go hire somebody off of Fiverr. Now you have two people on manifestation together because you're employing someone and giving them the help that they need. And then you're also getting the product that you want. One and one, one equals one. You got two separate individuals coming together to make one. Make sure your team members are lining up with your vision. Hire those staff that's going to make you propel. Okay? Hiring team members, leveling up your system. So it's a time to level up, be initiative, be bold, be different. Level up. Always be leveling up. Now, if you're used to hiring discount kind of team members or discount people to help you, even if for some of them here, and even if you're a hairdresser or whatever, maybe you need to switch that up or just start doing your hair yourself, like I do. That was just a random rant, but yeah, these are all areas, man. You're being asked to change and pivot into things that feel aligned with what you want to do. Now, the fourth thing is pivot. When something that once worked no longer aligns with you, you're going to be asked to pivot. Hey, this used to work this way. It's not working no more. Pivot. Go start something new. Because the one energy next year is all about new. It goes for your relationships too. Big time for your relationships. If your relationships are no longer working out, pivot. It's time to cut the fat. And you should be cutting the rest of this fat in the rest of this year in December and trimming it and not taking it into 2026. But if you have, this is your calling to pivot from that. If the way you're, maybe where you are hosting your website on, if it doesn't work for you anymore, pivot to something new. Maybe if you were using an old marketing team for your business and it's not working anymore, pivot to something new. Because like I said originally in the first steps is replacement theory. Once you exit out and say no to this, it will be replaced with something new, quicker, better, and instantly, because it can't be filled with something when you already have a lot going on. If you're in a location you don't like, it's time to pivot out of that location and into something new. Now, the last thing is take steps from your future version of yourself. You want to take steps from the first future version of yourself. So what does the future you want to do? Not the past version. So the future you takes calculated risks. The future you that has all this money or has all of these supports in your system, how would they move? You need to move from the future version of yourself, not the version of you now that doesn't take the risk, but the future version of you that takes the risk and does what it's supposed to do. Move from the future version of yourself. Okay? How would they make decisions? That's how you have to move going forward. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. And if you want to learn how to use numerology inside of your business, go ahead and check out my Numerology Business Academy. It's going to help you to learn how to make the right launch-ins, hire the right team members according to their numbers, and how to use numerology to scale your business organically. And starting in January, we're doing our monthly activation lives to activate the numerology energy of the month for your business so you can rapidly grow. And if you're seeing this in real time, I am doing VIP one-on-ones for my business owners and my entrepreneurs who are stuck at a revenue ceiling and want more. See you guys next time. Ciao.